Hi guys, this is Sidney. So I just received a very important message for December, and I was really guided to share this at this time. So what came through was that we are going to have a huge heart healing in December, where it's going to expand our heart chakra and also electromagnetic field. As a result of that, that's also in relation to the 1212 portal energy, Helios activation, which I mentioned in my latest video. So in my latest video, I mentioned something about the Grand Central Sun playing a huge role in that. And with that, extended message came along. So I'm sharing for those of you who are going to resonate and need this information at this time for however journey that you may be on uniquely at this time. Okay, so take however it resonates for you and always discern for yourself. Okay. So what came was that we are having this very expansive high rise in frequency energy in December, and we're going to end this year with huge upgrades, huge activation leading into a whole new chapter for everyone in the collective that may look, feel, and seem differently, of course, because everyone is on a unique journey, right? Some may have been going through a lot of difficult situation and came out. Some may be still in the dark night of the soul phase constantly. Well, we are all constantly going through something, right? And so with that, what came was that when we look at our seven chakras, the reason why I mentioned the number seven right now is because we're talking about the seventh heaven, the seven being the number that's representing this year, also the seven chakras that we are aligning and activating. And that, we talk about seventh heaven, meaning we are now just getting ready to bring down heaven on earth at this time. So what I mean by that is right now we are not living or embodying the heaven on earth. We are embodying the hell. I don't want to exaggerate, but hell could mean different things for different people, right? Especially if you have religious backgrounds, right? All kinds of images and ideas may come up. And right now, what I'm getting is the reason why I mentioned the word hell is because if anyone who's going to listen to this video, it's going to trigger you. And this trigger is to purposely to help you bring up certain images that may have been sinking in your subconscious and holding you back constantly with this energy of fear. So the subconscious is not readily noticeable. So any triggers are bringing up anything that is hidden to the surface. So that's what we have been going through in Scorpio season. And still in a lot of sense, because we have Venus in Scorpio right now, it's very a lot of emotional introspection is still taking place in relation to our relationships, how we love and how we receive love and all of that area. Okay, so right now we are basically in a lot of survival energies, and in my latest video I mentioned a lot about dealing with our stories and recognizing the patterns in order for us to release. So in extension to that, another message that came from source was the word addiction. So this was also mentioned in my latest video, but this time the addiction is in relation to our own stories, our own narratives. These are these stories had been a tool for certain people in power to keep their power, meaning stories in a Bible that's been manipulated and corrupted or contaminated or taken out certain information, right? So, so these stories that we believe, or that these stories that we learn in school as history class, right? These are all to anchor down some sort of fear, some sort of guilt, and shame in our subconscious, which we do not get noticed readily. So the subconscious programming is very powerful, and that's why we are trying to reverse that or unlearn a lot of the things that we learned in society at this time in order to tap into our power within. So with that, when we look at our 7 chakras, each chakra points are energy points like wheels. It goes around in circles constantly. Energy in motion. Okay, so that's why we are turning the wheel. And I mentioned something about the wheel of karma turning into the wheel of fortune is we are moving to the 5th dimensional frequency, where it's going to be abundance, joy, and all of the energy that we are going to embody. And we are in the midst of embodying this and in transition right now. So it's constant turning. And sometimes it slows down, sometimes it gets overactivated. So the key here is to stay in balance. And every chakra, so we are just going to look at 7 chakras that is coming up from the source. And the source is telling me to mention this. Okay, the root chakra is aligned with the energy of the moon. Okay, when we look at the astrological chart, there's moon energy, right? And then sacral is aligned to the Mercury, and solar plexus is aligned to the Mars energy. Heart chakra is aligned to the Sun energy. Throat is Venus. Third eye Jupiter, and crown Saturn. So we've been doing a lot of upper chakra activation with the Saturn energy, which I also mentioned in my previous video. And right now in December, it's a huge heart healing is going to take place. And in this time, it's not just about little triggers here and there or dealing with mother wound, father wound. It's all together, because that's what we've been going through gradually since this year. So this year representing number 7. 7 chakra, 7th heaven, the 7th year, 777. So we are moving into the 777 and now into the year of 8, where is abundance. Okay, so this 1212 portal is going to be a huge sun energy activation that's going to help us release our old identities. Okay, so anything that you are dealing with right now, especially what I see in the collective, is a lot of stories or the narratives that's inside your mind. So the journey or the struggle may be the you versus you, the inner struggle, inner conflict, the story of the ego versus the higher self. So right now we are calling in the higher self to take charge and govern, rather than get sucked into the ego, meaning identify yourself with it. Okay, we are no longer doing that. And the reason why we are still in this energy is so you could release them by you being the creator of your reality. Meaning, once you recognize the pattern in your stories and negativity where it's bringing a lot of the energy of the hate. Okay, the reason why it's doing so, especially hatred, envy, is because we are in constant duality, in separation, in ego. Okay, so ego separates between the good and the bad, the right and the wrong. It always wants to take sides. Okay, so which side is more beneficial to me? I'm going to take the side to this one, and then I can switch up to this one, right? It's all about survival. It's about I rather than I am, where I'm anchored and safe and secure where I am in every moment. Okay, I is never feeling safe and secure, so it's always back and forth, moving around. Okay, so right now what we are called to do at this time is to allow yourself to expose to the energy of the sun, which I keep mentioning, especially at this time. At least have your third eye get exposed to the sun in the morning or during the day, where you can activate your third eye to see through the illusions. Okay, and then clear up your aura, and then energize your body and get new inspiration throughout the day. And so you can have, you're more capable, or you are given more support energetically to go through this difficult road that you may be on right now. Perhaps you're in the middle of dark night of the soul, or you are in the middle of dealing with certain emotional breakdown or heartbreak, or these hatred, feelings of anger and frustration towards something. It's all coming down to the energy of fear that someone is making me uncomfortable, someone is giving me injustice, someone is not hearing me properly, someone is making me do something that I don't like to do, which is all a powerless state. But when we are in a victimized state, we are afraid to speak our truth because we are afraid of being persecuted. Okay, we are afraid of the repercussion if we speak our mind. So that's why we stay silent. But that suppressed or oppressed energies are still in the energy field as a form of anger, frustration, like a volcano erupting, right? Whenever there's a trigger. And that's how we tend to project onto other people, meaning dump it on someone else. And usually we do that when we are disconnected from ourselves because we are not processing it on our own, meaning turning the wheel in our chakras to release it, but putting it onto someone else. Okay, I can't deal with this. I'm just giving it to you. Okay, like dumping the trash on someone else, but where does the trash go? Or you're constantly dumping. That means you're constantly getting filled up with the trash over and over. So we use the word emotional baggage as if it's a trash, right? So we are now doing this. And in December, what's going to take place is we are going to have a huge electromagnetic field expansion that's going to take place because the sun is a very electric energy, while the moon is a very magnetic energy, where it's about divine feminine energy. Sun is more of the divine masculine energy of you being inspired and taking actions and moving ahead and in charge, while the moon is very receptive, right? Intuitive and getting in touch within. So we are also balancing these divine feminine and the divine masculine energy out and dancing with the fire, which I mentioned in my previous video. As the fire right now in Sagittarius season, Sun in Sagittarius, so a lot of fire energy, and also we have North Node in Aries still, which is a lot of fire energy. That's helping us to get into our power within to transmute these negative narratives or any emotional trauma that you may be dealing with to release right now. So just remember that you have the power. You are capable to go through anything. Even if you may not believe it right now, you have the capacity. You are stronger than you think. You are stronger than you believe right now. You can go through anything. That is a strong message that the source wanted me to share for those of you who may be suffering right now, okay? And so just keep using these new stories. Rewrite your stories, right? I am strong. I am powerful. I am stronger than I think. I am powerful than I believe right now. I embody this energy and I release these old narratives. Old narratives meaning your past, who you identify yourself as, okay? The old identities are now removed, okay? And when you say, I release this now, it is done so, boom, because you are a creator, your words are magic, okay? So allow this magic to take place is what's coming to my psychic right now, okay? So, what's going to also take place in the collective is a lot of souls are beginning to experience Kundalini awakening, or the activation where their spine, the energy is moving up the spine like a phoenix rising, okay? That's something that I see psychically in the collective. So this may not be for anybody or everyone. Take however it resonates, okay, if that happens. So once we embody the divine feminine and the divine masculine energy within, what's going to take place is the activation of the 12-strand DNA that's going to lead us into a state of super consciousness. So what came to me was that these stories are a form of addictions right now. So we're going to have to go through a lot of withdrawal symptoms. Okay, so that's why we need to be very kind and give ourselves the room to maneuver, go back and forth, but stay in faith and stay on course with your higher self, is because we need this transition. We need this integration process. So physically, you may be sleeping more, or you may be feeling like you just want to rest, or just want to go through certain past memories or pictures popping up on your phone, like, 1 year ago, 2 years ago, however it is. Simply look at them and release, because you don't want to identify yourself as that. The reason why we do a lot of group meditation in spiritual community, visualizing, the best timeline or the highest timeline for Earth, is because we are constantly looking into that direction, creating stories, becoming the creator. So we need to become a creator to embody the fifth dimensional energy. Right now, we are in a lot of victim energy. We don't believe ourselves as the creator, even though we say so. We need to anchor that frequency down, meaning by truly believing that you are, instead of doubting yourself constantly and wanting to get validation in what you do, is because it's an indication that you don't believe it constantly. So you want to take notice of this and work with these energies within yourself about your fears and doubts at this moment as well. So whenever you recognize, you say, I release this. Okay, go out in nature, bare feet, or holding a tree, hugging a tree, connecting with the tree. You could buy flowers. Flowers are very good for opening up our heart chakra. Okay, and it radiates certain frequencies that way. And also you can use a lot of the color pink or soft green or emerald green for heart chakra healing. And what's coming up is the rose quartz or the rhodochrosite, however it resonates for you. Okay, and then you can use these energies to heal your heart center right now and get exposed to the sun, so it can open up your heart chakra, release and dissolve all this negative debris that are occupying your mind, creating you to overthink, meaning doubt constantly. Okay, and then making you to review all the stories constantly in order to stay in control, because you are insecure, you are afraid that something is going to harm you. You're constantly putting yourself on guard. So that's why you review the conversations that you had with someone over and over in your mind, because you are in fear that you may not be in control of the situation, that they may do something that you do not expect, you may not be ready for or in control of, you see? So we want to drop all this overthinking, go into trust and belief and staying in faith at this time, okay? Because you are capable, you are stronger than you believe, okay? You are stronger than you think, you are wiser than you believe. You already have everything within you to go through any hardships, any dark night of the soul, okay? And right now what's taking place is a lot of the demons that you may be dealing with psychic attacks and all of things, are all coming out of these stories of fear, okay? That's what's coming up for me to share at this time. So these are not real, okay? These are illusions. But it's just the stories from ourselves that we are trying to clear up right now, which I mentioned in my previous video. If you want to delve deeper, you may want to watch the video. I'm going to put the link down below in the description box for those of you who need to watch this or who may resonate with that, to receive further support at this time, okay? So what else? What else? So once we do expand, we are going to get into the 123 portal at the end of December, the December 31st, and this is the year 23. So we have the 123 portal that's going to be huge, and we're going to end this year with super high frequency energy. That's what I received, okay? That's going to lead us, or lead a lot of people in the collective to expand in one way or another that could look different for everyone, because we are all on a different, meaning unique individual journey at this time, okay? So take however it resonates. So it could mean expansion in many different ways. It could mean expansion in material sense, or your work, or your relationship, or it could just mean that you are expanding in your heart chakra, meaning you're dropping old stories, meaning you are feeling lighter and freer, you see, because you're rising in frequency, meaning enlightening. You are feeling lighter. And so another thing, or the last thing that I'm guided to share at this moment is, if you find yourself doing the same thing over and over in rituals and, you know, all that stuff, allow yourself to take time to have some fun, whatever that fun means to you. It could be just resting, it could be just going out in nature and finding peace within, or it could just be doing some creative exercises or something fun. Okay, so look into what fun means for you and get in touch with that joyous energy so you don't get burned out, okay, with a lot of heavy lifting, with emotional stuff and trying to release, meditate, doing energy work all the time. Take a break once or twice whenever you feel like you need to, or whenever you feel like things are just, you know, same old, then it's time for you to have some fun in however it forms that you want or are drawn to, and recharge your energy by just simply allowing yourself to be free. Okay, you can't skip a day or two of the exercise or whatever routine that you're doing. You don't have to be in that compulsive controlling mode. Okay, allow yourself to free flow so you get connected to that energy. And the Sagittarius energy is very much free spirited, so you want to get into the energy of joy, expansiveness, the sense of adventure. Okay, and that way you can feel rested up, and so you can continue on with your journey at this time. So another message that is coming very strong from Gaia for me to share is that you are blessed, okay? And you have a lot of gifts within yourself that are unique to you. Everyone is unique on earth. Nobody is the same. And that is the beauty of this planet, of our own existence. So honor your uniqueness, and that know that you are blessed, and you are blessed to bless others. So whatever gifts that you hold right now, whether it's a creative idea, or whether it's music that you want to write, or whether it's song that you want to sing to, music that you want to dance to, allow yourself to feel blessed by expressing those blessings through you. And whenever you do so, you're blessing the world, people around you, meaning the energies, because you are in the energy of feeling blessed, abundant, joy, in beauty, and in love. Okay, so take however it resonates for you. And a lot of people are in doubt and fear right now, holding back or holding on to the fear that's blocking people from expressing who they are authentically and freely. So I was guided to share that as the very last message, I would say. Okay, so with that, I'm holding love and light for those of you who are going through whatever journey that you may be on. You're doing a great job, okay? So keep on stepping, keep on staying on course in faith and in love and trust. And with that, I'm gonna end my video here, and I'll see you in my next one, guys. Bye.